Okay, Kevin, let's get down to the heart of it. We're talking Betty or Veronica. Where are you coming down on this? Where are you coming down on this, the Betty or Veronica issue from the Archie comic books? What do you got? I know. It's a tough one.
I have to go with Betty.
Why?
It's something about the name Veronica on its own. It like almost doesn't matter. Just like
Veronica's a bitch name.
Yeah.
It's just a bitch name. There's no getting around it at all.
I can't look past it. I
You're-
can't hear past it.
You're a skin deep kind of guy. Hello, everybody. Welcome to NameCast. My name is Nathan, and I got my trusty co-host with me,
Kevin.
And we're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff today. We got the Scorpio specs. We got some ukulele reviews. Persona 5 streaming not good stuff, and is Facebook still relevant among the youths, Kevin?
The kids.
We get to call them the youths now. That's what we do. How you been, man? How you been?
I've been pretty good.
Yeah?
Been busy. I've been nappy.
You've been
I've been
nappy.
slightly sick, and yeah, it's been good.
Now, I was informed of this the other day. Nappy is also a way to define hair in like a negative way, I think.
What?
Yeah, that's a thing. Someone got in a lot of trouble for calling someone like you got nappy hair, and they were like, "Oh, that's racist."
Oh, well then.
Yeah, I do. If
somebody said my hair was nappy, I was like, "Oh, is it sticking up somewhere?"
Yeah,
exactly.
I assume like bedhead. Yeah, that would be my assumption, but I don't know. Funny, my girlfriend walks over to me the other day, and I was like, "Your hair looks nice. It's very frizzy." Apparently, that is not a nice thing to say. I thought it was like it's like wavy. It's cool. She's like, "Motherfucker, you said my hair was frizzy. I'm gonna murder you." That was the end of that. It didn't go over so hot. So, Kev, we got some stuff to go over, but first we got to get into the
housekeeping.
Okay, Kev, what have you been playing, bud?
Been playing a little bit more World of Warcraft, actually.
The wows.
Yeah, I just kept leveling that character a little bit. Kept
Yep.
doing the same kind of going slow, reading the quest line stuff.
Yep.
And currently on a quest chain,
Okay.
which is a murder mystery.
That actually sounds exciting, actually.
Starring Horatio Maine. Or
Horatio
something like
Hornblower.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's basically just a big CSI ripoff, which is great.
So are you like
Pretty
looking
funny.
into clues and everything? And
Yeah, I had to go ask some homeless people about stuff, and some of them fought me.
oh, really?
They're like, "Fuck you, I'm not telling you anything." Then they punched me.
They
And
punched you.
Then I cut them apart with my sword.
Yeah, they just had fists, and you had a sword, so they were like, "This is a good idea."
Yeah, I have a sword and special abilities that make
Yeah.
me spin and
You
kill
can
people.
spin?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Little
I didn't sign
spinning
up for any
sword
spinning.
action. Yeah.
Now, is a
So-
spinning sword action? Is that the best way to handle a sword? My assumption would be no.
Probably not. I
It
imagine
opens
you'd
you up for a
probably
lot of
you'd probably drop the sword pretty quick too.
yeah. It wouldn't be good.
That sword just wants to go out of your hands.
Yeah.
And you're holding on to it. Yeah, it's not great.
So you could do like a spinning throw attack, like "Hoi!" and then just like a hammer
like-
toss.
Curve the sword, have it be like a boomerang.
Can we
Come
just
back
for
to
a
you?
second though? Can we
Yeah.
talk about how interesting it is to watch someone do like the hammer toss?
It's
They're-
pretty crazy.
They're barely keeping it together. They're
Yeah.
like a dreidel, like a spinning top, just like pushing super hard on that ball of their foot. Just whoosh.
Yeah. There it goes.
Have you ever seen them just fucking eat it?
No, I don't think I have,
It's
actually.
really funny. I remember one day I was working some job and I just like spent a good hour just watching hammer toss videos of just people just eating it, just learning how to do it. They never get hit by the hammer or anything, but it's just there's so much momentum in there that it just boom right into the ground.
Just lose it and go down with all the rotational energy.
It's like watching like the Tasmanian devil, you know, he spins around it.
Nice.
Oh, it's good. So what else have you been playing?
Also been playing a bit of Dark Souls, but mixing it up.
Remix.
So it looked like a week and a half ago or something like that.
Yeah.
This mod came out which randomizes the location of items in Dark Souls.
And you may think, that doesn't change it. No, you're wrong.
It's
It changes
crazy.
the fucking game.
You can pick up anything anywhere.
Yeah.
And like some things that you normally like need to find, like for example the basement key that brings you down to Capra's.
Yep.
Who the fuck knows where that is?
I wonder where, yeah.
I mean, like, so apparently the way it randomizes things, it like makes sure that you can always progress.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty nuts. And I think with like the difficulty I'm playing it on, that like can progress statement is like reliant on doing like hard to know about shortcuts.
Yeah.
For example, like going down to Blighttown through the Darkroot Garden.
See, that's
stuff like that.
You know what's funny though? That's the only way I ever go to Blighttown. The other way to Blighttown sucks.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It's
But like,
way harder.
I kind of want to do it in the randomizer because there's so many items along that path.
You need to
and
get 'em.
Who knows what they are?
Yeah, because it was funny. So by this point, the Let's Play would be up on the channel, and we were going through, and at some points I was like, Kev, why are you bothering going over? Oh, right. Yeah, we don't know what's over there. Normally it's an item you wouldn't even bother fucking with. You're like, not worth it. But you got to go for every single thing.
Yeah, like Blighttown's like a good example. Normally just take like the back door entrance down, go straight down, hit that bonfire, hit up K-Log right away. But I was like, I need to go all the way around the swamp.
Yeah, get every single thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just brings you to other areas. It's a really cool way to just change up the game and kind of almost make it like it's your first time.
It's really
playing.
fun and really fresh. And the other thing too is like you don't know what you're going to pick up, so who knows what weapon you're going to be using.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of variance there.
And something for me is just like watching you play again. Like it's so many areas that I would never really go to, and it's just making me like reappreciate the level design in the game.
Oh yeah, so good.
Like I totally forgot about the Archer Tower that's in fucking Undead Burg.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool because then he can shoot you in the back of the head. It's clever, but like I never even go that way. I just always go through the side.
Yeah.
If I even bother fighting Tyrus Demon, which normally I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, man.
So it's been pretty great.
That's been pretty great. Now for myself, I haven't been playing any video games. Now, if you know much about me, you know that there's a couple things I just don't do, and one of them
is play video games.
Well, recently, yeah, and maybe later on in this episode, I'd like to talk about the concept of if you don't play video games, are you still a gamer? Because I may be nearing that point, but that's okay. But another thing that people know about me is I kind of like TV to a point, but I've never liked anime. But Kevin,
Nathan,
in secret, I have watched almost the entire season of One Punch. And dude, oh my God. I fucking love it. I'm just going to play this song in the background because it's dope. Big fan. So now, okay, Kev. Okay.
So
are
to
you
be
familiar
clear,
with this?
I've only watched like the first 6 episodes, I think. It was still like
I'm
coming
7
out.
episodes in, yeah.
Yeah, it was still like coming out.
Yeah, there's only 12 episodes in the first season.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's so good.
It was only coming out while I was watching it, so I'm like, I'm just going to wait till the full thing's out so I can binge it. And I think season 2 soon or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised with how much I liked it. Actually, do you just want to take over for a second here? Just keep talking. It'll be good.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, One Punch Man is about this hero that trains super, super hard and is able to defeat any enemy in a single punch. And that sounds like super lame, kind of like Superman stuff, but like he's actually like bored with being a hero and he has no challenges and he kind of like has to deal with depression along the way. And that is kind of hilarious. And yeah, it leads to a lot of interesting story stuff. And yeah, of course, I don't really know where it goes because I'm not super far into it. But yeah, that's really, really awesome.
So now, Kev, you gave it a little one over there. It's so good. I never thought I'd become a fan of an anime because they all seem so serious. They're so all about themselves. I've only seen Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I couldn't get into it. It has a humor that I don't really like normally, but this makes fun of itself so hard.
Yeah.
It's great.
Very self-aware.
It's a dude who just trains, becomes super powerful, and then he just becomes really bored with it all. And it's I don't know, it's an interesting parallel, and like it kind of gets really serious sometimes.
Yeah.
It kind of doesn't other times. Like the first enemy is like this dumb crab guy, and he's like, "You remind me of this anime I've seen." Just flicks him into oblivion. It's it's so good. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm gonna watch anything else, but I would consider myself a One Punch fan at this point.
Nice.
Yeah.
You should definitely give some other stuff a chance.
No,
it's
not happening. Not happening.
Fantastic
The thing I
medium.
don't like is I gotta read. I don't like reading. I don't know how to do it.
Plenty of dubbed stuff.
One Punch isn't dubbed.
No, because it's new.
What's good that's dubbed then?
I'm
sure. You know
I
what?
believe Attack on Titan is dubbed.
Okay.
It's really not that great when you compare it to other stuff like Cowboy Bebop, which is dubbed. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Just plenty.
See now, I'm gonna reach out to the community out there.
Yeah.
What do you recommend for me? You know, guys, I'm new to this. I really like One Punch Man. What have I given a shot? I tried to watch some Haikyuu or whatever. Can't get into
Not
it.
really.
I watched a little bit.
Did you watch episode 1?
No.
Yeah,
I mean,
there
I
we
tried
go.
to watch a bit. I couldn't feel it. I couldn't get it one bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna like that
You're
one.
right in the middle.
I don't know if I'm gonna like it. But then, and what else have I tried? I've tried Naruto. No, can't do that at all.
No.
I've tried. What is it? Legend of Korra.
That's American.
Oh, okay. Well, I've tried that. Didn't work. What's another? There's some other big ones I've tried. I've tried Inuyasha. No. Death Note. No.
Fair.
Fucking. Well, Dragon Ball. No. What else? There was another one. Bleach. Couldn't get into that either.
Yep, that's fair. You've watched a lot of animes that I wouldn't know immediately that you wouldn't like.
Oh, and I've seen some of your Full Metal Alchemist stuff, and I know that's not for me.
Oh, no, you should totally watch it.
No,
It's
I'm not
so
gonna
good.
watch it. I'm not gonna watch it. It's just
That's dubbed too.
it's not up my alley. It's not good. But I don't know. I really like One Punch Man. It's so funny, and the action scenes are so over the top.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, no, Cowboy Bebop is definitely what you should watch next.
You think so?
Yeah. It's definitely like so far up your alley.
Yeah? How so?
Yeah.
How so? What is my alley?
Your alley is like not dumb entertainment, like kind of cultural
Okay.
entertainment. Stuff that likes to be a little bit more artistic with what
Okay.
it is.
Fair enough.
And yeah, Cowboy Bebop's way up there. And the fucking soundtrack for it is so good.
It's pretty good.
So goddamn good.
Now, I will watch Cowboy Bebop if you watch Rick and Morty. You got to do it. Rick and Morty's so good.
Funny story, actually. So
Yeah.
my anime group, we pick like a random anime, and like
Yeah.
people like put in their own suggestions for the anime.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty is on there. So
You gotta watch it.
Eventually, I will be watching season 1 of Rick and Morty.
Nice, because the first episode, but after that, that show is fantastic. Season 3 just started off the other
Yeah.
week. They released it on April Fools, and everyone thought it was a joke. So I didn't even bother watching. I was like, oh, they fucking got me. It was the actual episode.
Yeah, and now the Szechuan sauce thing is like huge.
What did it say? McNuggalubba Dub Dub, which is just awesome. He says like lubba dub 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 a lot in the show, and it's like, oh shit, they know what's up. McDonald's fucking doing it. Now something I want to talk about, a little off topic. These big companies, these big fast food chains, they're getting their Twitter game on fucking point.
Yeah,
Man, you see like Wendy's, they're roasting people all the time.
yeah.
They're like, people are asking them like, yo, I'm at In-N-Out. What should I get? Out.
Right.
And just other shit like that. It's so good. But like, who's Arby's? They're on top of that shit.
Yeah.
You got McDonald's pretty on top of that stuff. Oh, it's just, what a great time.
I feel like they're all just learning their marketing from Gordon Ramsay.
What's Gordon Ramsay's marketing? Just be an asshole?
Yeah. A hilarious one, though. That's the
A
important part.
hilarious
Be
asshole.
Funny.
Be funny. Just be funny, man. That's all you got to do. Just be funny. Now, I want to talk about something before we get into the topics that you kind of brought up there. The concept of being a gamer that doesn't really play games. Is that a thing? Is that possible?
I don't know. I think we've ranted
so.
about the gamer title
Yep.
before and how it's just kind of silly. Cause
It's been quite a few months, though.
yeah. Well, to summarize what we said,
Yeah.
a lot of people play games. A shit ton of people play games, and as games get more diversified, what makes a game that counts for
Yeah.
gamerness, and that whole thing. It's silly, and it's silly to label people as gamers
Yeah.
just because they play one game, not another. Stuff like that. It's not good. So yeah, I don't know.
I mean, my thing right now is like, it's not a question of self, but it's like, I know I do like video games, I think, still. And I think I'll play something eventually. But like, I don't know. I'm in the midst of graduating. And if for those of you who like haven't graduated from university yet, that just means you're job hunting fucking hard.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much all I'm doing. And it's the beginning of climbing season again. And for those of you who don't know, I climb outdoors because I'm cool. No. Anyway, so yeah, that takes up a lot of time. And then I'm kind of getting into dodgeball, which is a lot of fun. And it's like I'm not really
Speaking of which,
feeling the pull of games.
I ordered a couple dodgeballs.
You ordered some balls?
Yeah.
Nice. Why'd you order more than one?
I figured you'd want one.
Oh, okay. Then I'll.
And everybody else there was like, I'll take 2. I'm like, why does everybody need 2 dodgeballs? What's going on here?
double balling it just every day. Yeah, right on, man. Yeah, no, it's good. It's a lot of fun. I don't know. I'm trying to think what on the horizon has me really excited. probably Horizon, but that came out a while ago. But I don't know. I want to finish it.
You want to finish it?
Yeah, I think so. After my final, maybe my final, which is exciting. I'll probably blast through that.
And Yooka's next week.
Yeah, I'm not too excited for that. Talking
Persona's
about
out
that,
now?
talking about these things and ukulele, and
Let's get
we
into
got
topics.
Let's get into it.
Okay, Kev. So you brought it up. You brought it down. You threw down the hammer. We got ukulele. Just came out. The reviews, we got a wide-ass spread.
Yeah.
A wide-ass spread.
Which is interesting.
Let's spread that ass wide. Oh, no.
Well.
Nope. Okay, what do you got?
So the reviews from it basically range between 5 and 10, which is fucking weird.
Who the fuck gave it a 10?
Multiple people gave it a 10.
Really?
Yes, because here's the thing, like, it is a 3D platformer collectathon, and it's really not that different from, the games back then. And what that means is that, like, if you wanted a game that could have came out then you're going to get it.
Jesus, what the fuck? What
Goddamn
the
ads.
shit. Sorry,
to play
anyway,
sounds.
continue. Yeah.
So if you're looking for a game that could have came out back then like it's gonna hit the spot. And apparently it does it very, very well. Like, a lot of people are concerned that, like, it wasn't gonna have the same magic, but, like, if that's the magic you're looking for, you're gonna get it. On the other hand, though, it's 2017 now.
Yep.
Those games came out, like, early 2000s.
Yeah, if that. And I wouldn't
Yeah.
say they necessarily aged that well.
Yeah, and it seems like they didn't remove signs of age from it, which, like, I don't know, it's partially good for keeping it like a kind of true experience to
Yeah.
what they were going for. But on the other hand, yeah, there's a lot of pain points that a lot of people just don't expect anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what they should have done, but I don't know. It seems like a lot of people love it and a lot of people not love it.
I mean, it seems like it's trying to appeal to fans of that genre, which is kind of exactly what they said they were going to do.
Yeah, like, I think it was a Reddit comment somewhere. It was like, this is a niche game for a niche genre, and it should probably be looked at it like that.
Yeah.
But it's been, just how much, like, marketing it's been getting and
hype.
all the hype and stuff. It's definitely kind of moved itself into broad appeal territory of what it should be doing.
Yeah.
But that's kind of in contrast to its niche-ness.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how not just the reviewers, but the actual general public picks it up. But, I mean, it's sitting at not a bad Metacritic of 74, which, does have quite a wide spread on it, like you were saying.
Yeah.
I don't see any 10s from any big sites. We just got the Escapist in here at a 90 from Metacritic, but who knows? For their lowest one, they got Let's Play Video Games. I don't know who that is, so...
Does Metacritic only have 23 reviews there?
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah, like, last week I saw, like, 40 reviews in the Reddit.
Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Now we got it on PS4.
PS4 specific? That's weird.
Yeah, no, it's Metacritic is very odd sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I'll be interested to see how it plays out. I mean, I'm excited to play through it with you. I
Yeah.
imagine we're gonna do a bit of that in the channel.
Yeah, definitely.
If people are excited to see that, which
Very soon. Comes
Yes.
out so soon.
comes out super soon, Tuesday, which is just a couple days away for us.
Yeah.
But when this comes out, that'll be the past.
That'll be history.
History.
Yeah.
It's history in the making. Everything. You know what I don't like when people say, "Oh, it's history in the making." Fucking everything's history in the making. My phone falling, that's history in the making, Kev. Wait, the opposite of that.
Yeah.
That's history in the past.
Yeah, it's history now.
Anything you're about to do is
That's
history in the
recorded
making.
history if the mic picked it up.
Yeah, it may have. It'll live on in the annals
I guess
of
you
time.
mentioned it, so yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, permanent history now.
there we go. Unless YouTube servers shut down,
And deletes all our content.
which could happen. I mean, maybe we're not appropriate.
I mean, this will exist on your hard
advertiser-friendly.
drive, and hard drives still retain signs of data for, like, centuries. So
I'd probably delete stuff more frequently than you'd think I would.
how many times do you think you need to delete a section of content on a hard drive before that's irretrievable?
I bet you it's a lot.
Yeah, it's like multiple dozen times you need to rewrite and delete on that section.
So if
to
someone
hide signs of what was
someone
previously
wanted
there.
to do the deepest dive on my hard drive to find my phone falling,
Yeah,
they could do it.
there you go.
Like the company who sold me the phone, I'd be like, it doesn't work anymore. They'd be like, did you drop it? No. They're like, let's see your hard drive. They just dive in there. We're here to get this motherfucker.
Yeah,
That would work.
that would.
That would get the job done. Eventually, it wouldn't be very statistic. So Scorpio specs, we got them. They're good. What are you thinking?
They're kind of cool. I think what's kind of funny about like tech stuff is like it's getting leaked like really early, like almost a year early a lot of the times, and it's really accurate to what gets like finally revealed. And in this case, still really accurate. It's like 50% faster than the PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
And like 6 times faster than the Xbox One.
Yeah.
And PS4.
Yeah, which is
original.
crazy.
Like, yeah, it's kind of funny.
So then, for me, that begs the question because they're going to be able to play the same games. I feel like it's going to reach the point where they're going to be able to play the same games until they can't. If you have that much extra power, why not
like,
push it
right now, that
further?
power is going to be mostly put towards just upscaling it to 4K.
Yeah.
Because as resolutions get bigger, like it becomes way more work on the CPU and stuff. And 4K is actually something that's really difficult to hit for a lot of things.
Because we have more work on the CPU?
GPU.
Oh, okay. You said okay. I was like, wait a second, what?
Well, like in the case of console, like the CPU and the GPU are on the same like die. They are the same chip.
Right.
So yeah, the breakdown's weird, and that's part of the reasons why they go a little bit faster despite using weaker base hardware.
Yeah.
Because the CPU that they use is essentially like really similar to the CPUs that we have in our computer, like the old AMD 8-core CPUs.
Yep.
And the GPUs they have are, well, the Scorpio one's pretty similar to what I have in my computer upstairs, the RX 480.
Yeah.
And that's usually not capable of 4K, but
Yeah. Which is kind of interesting. So, see, something that I always find interesting about the CPUs is they run them not super hot. They're running,
they have that much power, but it's actually toned back a lot.
Yeah, because they're not running too quick.
Yeah, they slow them down so that they run cooler because like it's just a small little box.
Yeah.
And yeah, Microsoft does like a lot of shit to try and reduce that. That's why like it has like the power brick on the outside.
Right, and it still looks like a massive VCR.
Yeah, and they have like vapor chamber cooling, which is just insane. Over the top.
What the hell is vapor chamber cooling?
It's like literally it uses water that like this is right on the metal for the CPU.
Yeah.
And then it evaporates up and pulls a lot of the heat away from the CPU really quickly.
Interesting. So your Xbox One has a vapor
Inside
chamber
of a
in
vacuum.
it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, not my Xbox One. This is something they're doing for Scorpio.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Part of the ways they get it run faster. What's really interesting for getting it to run faster, actually, is they took the Xbox One and they took a lot of games on it, and they were looking at the CPU and the GPU and saying, like, how is the CPU or GPU slowing this game down?
Right.
Let's change the CPU and GPU part to make it faster for Project Scorpio. And this is one of the first times ever that software has influenced the design of hardware, as opposed to the other way around.
Okay.
Normally, like, you're supposed to write your code in a way that's friendly with the hardware.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, they went the other way with this. And what this means, actually, is that, like, the current Xbox One games run fantastically on Scorpio.
Yeah.
And are, like, super easy to bring up to those high resolutions and stuff. Forza Motorsports 5 was the kind of the example they used in a Digital Foundry's release. And I guess they bumped it up to 4K, and the CPU is only like low 60% usage.
Which is great.
Which is fantastic. Like, normally that's something you'd probably want to be more around 80%.
Yeah.
So they actually have a lot of headroom there to improve it even more through more visual effects and shit like that beyond just 4K resolution, which is absolutely insane.
So now, is this what you expected from the Scorpio?
Yeah, this is kind of what got leaked like a year ago with like how the specs should line up, which Yeah. It's pretty cool. I'm really interested in the price point.
Yeah, well, given what Digital Foundry was speculating regarding this, I heard rumors of around $499, which I don't know if that's the right number.
Yeah, it's a pretty high number, but
yeah, because I mean, at this point, it would kind of be sold as like a boutique item, right?
That's the other side of it, though. Like, if you bring it down too much, then why would anybody get an Xbox One, like the regular one?
Right.
You know, if they could just spend, I don't know, probably $100 more. Maybe that could
$100 is a decent amount. Yeah,
but I don't know. Like, you get way. I don't know. Maybe like I have a feeling they aren't going to like really publicize or market the tech difference that much.
Yeah.
They'll just call it like the Xbox One, the Xbox One Plus, or something like that.
Right.
And the one will just be the general one, and the One Plus will be the one that they target like the hardcore consumers.
Yeah, but
people are really into it.
See, the question I have about that, and it's the same question I raised when Sony did their PS4 Pro thing. If you're trying to target the hardcore console consumer, how does that market really exist? Because I think they're just playing on PC. Well, if you're looking for the best, nicest graphics and 4K and everything, why not just do it on PC?
Well, apparently, like the PS4 Pro sales are not very impressive.
Oh, really?
Just because, I don't know. Part of that is Sony's fault because fucking confusing marketing, confusing
super
products.
confusing. That was the weirdest fucking show I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh. I still don't understand the differences.
Yeah.
From what I hear, a lot of games run the exact same.
Well, it can run them in 4K, and it does have
but I heard that it wasn't
HDR.
4K. It's faked. It's just upscaled.
Yeah.
Instead of actually rendering at 4K.
Yeah,
and it's like, why is it more powerful and more expensive then?
And then the HDR thing's weird because it's like it can do HDR, but the other ones will be able to do HDR with a patch. So it's like, then why the fuck does it exist?
Yeah.
Super weird. At least the Scorpio seems like it actually has a purpose to exist.
Yeah, the Scorpio seems more like a generation jump.
I don't know about a full generation jump, but maybe a half step.
It's a bigger jump than 360 Xbox One power.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like, 6 times is about like the generation jump amount.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's also interesting that they haven't given it a name past Scorpio.
Yeah.
Because I think they're still deciding, like, do we call this the Xbox 2?
If they call it the fucking Xbox 2,
yeah.
Well, like, how did the one seem like a good idea?
It's supposed to be the one system you need. To be fair, like, Microsoft's not the only one doing really bad names.
Yeah, the Wii.
Switch?
The Wii U. Nothing is worse than the Wii and the Wii U, though.
That's absolutely terrible.
That is fucking atrocious. The Switch, at least, it's a kind of a cool name.
Yeah.
I can get down with that. I was like, why can't you just do it like Sony, though? That makes a lot of sense. Which one is it? It's the 4th one. Got it. Right. It makes, yeah. There's no fucking that up.
Well, I think, like, it's kind of funny. The original part of it was, like, so it was the PS2 and the Xbox. And then they were going into PS3 and what would have been the Xbox 2.
Yeah.
But they're like, shit, 2 sounds like less than 3.
Yeah, exactly.
360.
So 360, that's a much bigger number.
We'll make all our logos circles.
Woohoo!
And then, yeah.
That'll turn into Rings of Death. Yeah. And now we're here, which is interesting. Now, coming off of that, we got... Now, do you watch the streams a lot, Kev? Are you up on this? Are you down with this?
I used to watch Twitch more often, but now I'm mostly just kind of like watching YouTube because I can't catch people consistently. I'm not on my computer at consistent times.
Yeah, can't catch it live.
Yeah.
Not good.
So I just watch YouTubes.
So, anyway, we got this game. Just came out. Everyone's loving it. Persona 5.
Yeah.
You hear about this?
Yeah, I've heard a lot about Persona 5.
Yeah.
Apparently
good way
it's
to
amazing.
sink a lot of time.
Yeah.
Sink a lot of time. Now... Everyone's playing it. Everyone's having a lot of fun with it. But you better be careful about streaming it.
Yeah.
Because if you get past 7/7, so July 7th in Persona 5's school year calendar.
Of 20XX.
Yep. Yeah. You will get banned.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not good. Why would they do this?
You don't get banned from Twitch, do you? You just get your stream shut down.
You get your stream shut down, which is not good.
Yeah.
But it's like, why would they do this?
It's... So they're they're doing it to, like, don't spoil stories for other people. And Persona 5 is a big story game.
I understand that, but at the same time, if I wanted it spoiled for me, it's already been out for a fucking half a year or more in Japan.
Yeah.
I could just spoil it for myself.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird, too, because, like, you don't accidentally stumble on a Twitch stream unless it's on the front page of Twitch. But I imagine, like, Atlas could just be like, hey, can you not put our game on your front page, please?
I don't know.
And Twitch would abide.
Yeah, and that feels like one of those things of, like, it's like, how fucking full of yourself are you thinking your story's that good that it can't be? Like, if someone wants to spoil it, they're just going to jump into some random YouTube content and spoil it for people.
Yeah.
That shit's going to happen. So it just seems like maybe a super inflated sense of ego is like, oh, this story's so good, though, you don't want it spoiled. Well, no, let me fucking decide that for myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
How long are they doing this for is the other side of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Was this just for the first week or two of release?
Like, that's something maybe I could understand a little bit, but I don't know. I don't like it. It's not good.
Weird.
It's like you have people that they just want to share their experience of this thing you made, and you're not allowing them to do that. And that's something that doesn't really fit into today's culture. People want to share what they're doing. That's why social media is fucking huge. That's why it's a part of everyone's daily routine at this point.
And Twitch streams can be like really huge for sales.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people who would stream something like this are the people who have really big audiences that follow them from game to game. And normally they like do complete playthroughs of those games. And you're basically saying, no, don't do a complete playthrough of Persona because we'll shut you down partway through. So why would they even start?
Exactly. And I mean, something you were just talking about, how it's a big part in sales and games. While Persona 4 is exclusive to the PS4, Twitch is starting to do a thing where you can like buy the game that the person is playing through that service. You know what I mean? So you can directly buy it through there. So that's going to influence sales. So I find it mind-boggling that a company would actively try to not let that happen. It's like you're kind of cutting your own leg off there.
Yeah. To be fair, Atlas is not really known for the brightest of decisions.
Yeah, but that doesn't excuse them from it.
Yeah, I know, but it feels like there's more and more of these Japanese companies that are making
things that just don't work in Western markets.
Yeah, especially the Western internet market specifically. Yeah. Like, I don't know if like the internet's used super differently over there or something. Like they just can't grasp like
maybe
how people interact with it here.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's weird. It's dumb.
It's weird and dumb.
Games companies doing dumb things. What's new?
Now, coming off of that, we were talking about internet culture in the West.
Yeah.
Which is something that is interesting to me. And it's very common here, or at least people along my age and older, to use Facebook. That's like a popular thing.
We just all do it.
We all do it. You're browsing through it.
Tool.
Like pretty much every time I go up to your room, you either have Reddit open on one page and then Facebook open on the other page. It's just kind of the scroll between the two.
Well, yeah. My left monitor. I have two Chrome tabs. One is Facebook and one is Reddit.
And that's always the thing.
It's pretty rare that like I scroll through like the timeline.
Yeah.
Or newsfeed shit, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But yeah, for like messages and notifications from like the various groups I'm in or events I'm planning to go to, like that's fantastic. It's a great tool for that.
I was talking to one of the youths. That sounds creepy, but it's I don't know when you enter certain groups like climbing, you get such a wide age range of people that you just consider friends at some point. You're like, okay, this guy's 40 and this kid's 18. That's weird, but we're all just buddies and it's fine. Yeah. So anyway, and he was talking to me and he's like, yeah, you use Facebook? That's weird. I'm like, what do you mean that's weird? I guess no one his age does that.
How old is he?
He's 18. So like my brother's age. Yeah, super weird. I was like, what do you do? He's like, I use Snapchat and Instagram, which Instagram technically, or Facebook technically owns Instagram, so they got you, motherfucker. Yeah. Get zuckered. Anyway, but I'm happy with myself with that line. Anyway, so he doesn't use it at all. That's weird.
That is.
What's up with that? Is it becoming maybe an unpopular medium around kids, and why? Why would that be the case? Do they like the instant aspect of Snapchat?
Well, like,
because I can't get into Snapchat
and Instagram
at all.
are both like picture-based things. So I don't know. Maybe they're just like pictures. A lot more pictures. Pictures tell 1,000 words.
I guess so.
1,000 words in a status is too much.
It is too much. Twitter will only let you do 140 characters.
Yeah.
Which I don't like Twitter at all. I can't get into
I'm
it.
starting to like it more and more.
I mean, I'm getting into it more recently because I'm using it a little bit more, but like I feel like it's so hard to say something of substance.
Yes, it is.
In that small amount. Though I do like what some people do. It's totally cheating, but they do something up in Photoshop, then take a picture of it, and then put that up.
Yeah.
I'm like, I see what you did, motherfucker.
Trixie.
Well done. Well done. Very tricksy. Very tricksy of you. But yeah, I don't know. Is this a sign that the times they are a-changing?
Well, they sort of always are.
Yeah.
I figured like... And it's a weird thing about social media. It's so new. Like, you don't know like what exactly it's going to do, but it tends to just be the flow that like new things become popular or old things become less popular.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess like how far can you go back? MySpace?
Yeah. MySpace is totally dead now, but I don't think MySpace was at ever near the level that Facebook is at now.
Oh, no, definitely not.
Not even close. So I don't know. It'd be weird to envision a world without Facebook anytime soon, at least. Mm-hmm. Maybe there'll be some other dominant thing. Like, what boggles my mind is the fact that Google is totally failing in that aspect, at least with regards to Google. What's it called? Google Circles?
Google Plus?
Google Plus, that's it. No one uses that.
Well, yeah, that was...
No one fucking uses
That was
it.
dead so quickly.
But it still exists. They're still not pushing for that, which kind of boggles my mind.
It still exists mostly because it got tied into everything else, and it kind of ties things together pretty well.
Yeah.
Like, it's how they handle the, like, your Google profile, like, your picture and stuff for that.
Yeah.
How they collate all your activities together.
Yeah, and it does run through YouTube as well.
It goes through YouTube, Google Drive, all that shit. Right?
But
it's attached into everything.
I don't know. I feel like a company that's that on top of things that has such a stranglehold on everything else. It seems like that it's weird that they don't try and get that stranglehold on your life in the same way.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, what's the benefit for them, really?
Yeah.
Right? It's a lot of money and a lot of luck to take down another social media thing. And I think one of the biggest problems with Google Plus is that way too much overlap with Facebook.
Yeah, it's too similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, at least with, like, the other popular ones, like Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, they are their own thing. You can distinctly see how they behave differently.
Yeah, absolutely.
Google Plus, that's not the case.
It was just kind of a clone, basically. And
it was basically like, let's take Facebook and we'll put the groups dial to 11.
Yeah.
That's Google Plus.
Which is not fun.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of fun. But I don't know. That's just something that I thought was a little bit interesting.
Yeah. That's much older than I expected. I expected, like, 14 to 16-year-olds. Maybe they're falling out of love with Facebook, but 18?
They could be as well. I don't know. Maybe he himself is in touch with the youth. Maybe.
Yeah, very trendy.
A very trendy cat. He kind of seems like a dork, but who knows? You could be surprised by a lot of people.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what. Now, I'm just gonna get into it on this episode. I was gonna talk about it on my video thing that I'm gonna do, but I don't have time to write it right now. So I'm just gonna talk about it with you and maybe use some of those notes later to come up with an actual scripted video. So now, I'm calling them out. The Bonus Bear guys. They were talking about something. They were talking about, what was the game? One of my favorite games, Stanley Parable.
Yeah.
And they were like, it's good, but I don't know if it's worth the money.
$16.99 Canadian.
Yes. Now, they should have sent off a trigger warning for Nathan. No, I'm joking. I don't like the whole trigger warning thing, but this is something that I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of people being like the dollar to hour value. I don't like that. I don't get that. I don't understand it.
So to be clear, they weren't talking about like dollar per hour. They were just talking about, $16.99 for the entire game experience.
How is it not worth it though? It's so good. You get more. I've gotten more entertainment out of that game than I have a lot of movies, and it's like the same price.
Yeah.
To get in, basically.
Yeah,
and way more hours of entertainment.
It's a lot less worth placed on games for some reason.
Yeah, which is something that's mind-boggling to me. But getting back to because that's the main thing I want to talk about in my video, which maybe they weren't addressing specifically, but I think it does get back to it, where you talk to people and they're like, well, I only spend my money on things like The Witcher or something that I can really get a couple hundred hours out of, or something like Persona, right?
Yeah.
We can get that many hours, but let's look at something that's just objectively considered very good. Now, I don't know necessarily what that could be. We could go with Journey. We could go with Uncharted 4. Let's go with The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Objectively, I don't know if you can say objectively it's a good game, but a lot of fucking people think it's a really good game.
Yeah.
Now, that game clocks in around 14 hours. Now, I don't think you could make the argument that game is not worth its $80 in Canada when it came out new.
Yeah.
I don't think you can make that argument. Now, following from that argument, I don't think that you can make the argument that Persona 4 or Persona 5 is not a good game as well, but you get way more hours of enjoyment out of it. So in that case, should you not then be maybe charged $120 for Persona 5? Is that not a logical argument to follow from that?
If you're talking about hours per entertainment, that's the only thing you care about.
Because, people are, I've heard so many times people being like, well, you only get 6 hours out of the game, so it should be like a $40 game. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I can get down with that. And I think it's a skewed way of looking at things. Like, it's the same way as looking at something like Batman versus Superman. Well, that's a 3-hour movie. Clearly, that's going to be better than insert great movie here. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many great movies that are way under the 3-hour mark.
Yeah.
Are they then worse because you don't get the same amount of time out of them? Well, no, personally, I value my time a lot. It's probably the thing I value the most, actually. And I want something that kind of respects my time. And if a game is great at being a 2-hour game, then it's a great fucking 2-hour game. Classic example, Journey.
Yeah.
If Journey was 10 hours long, it would suck.
Yeah.
But with it being that 90-minute experience, it's exactly what it needs to be. And I would pay $40 for that game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big Journey fan, though, for the record, but I can understand why people like it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty silly. Like, I want a certain amount of enjoyment, and I find, like, the overall enjoyment I get is not tied to the amount of hours I sink in at all.
Yeah.
So, like, it's almost more worth it to buy a game like Journey that I will love the shit out of and will stay with me, that I only need to spend 90 minutes on.
Right.
As opposed to something like Witcher, which I play for like 20 plus hours, and I get a similar amount of enjoyment and a lot of respect for like how good the game is and that world and everything.
Yeah.
But like I've had to put 20 some hours in to get that same amount of appreciation.
Yeah, so it's like which gives you a better value, and not just a value for your money, but a value for your time, which I think people constantly just underappreciate the commodity that is time.
Of their own time.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's literally that's the most important thing you have. Don't forget that, please.
Yeah. So I would rather have like a good short experience than a good long experience if like the overall enjoyment is the same amount.
Because like I don't know, that's part of the reason why I'm not even bothering to play games right now, is because like I'm looking at the time cost for some of these things. I'm just like, I would love to play Persona. That'd be great. I don't have 100 hours to spare.
Yeah.
I can't give up that amount of time,
fit it in.
which is part of the reason why I kind of stopped on Stardew. I may pick it up again while I'm studying through some lectures, just doing the background, just so I can get that video for you guys. But I don't know.
Oh, it's so good though.
It's very good.
Do you one thing I actually want to mention that like I thought about while you were ranting.
Yeah.
People put a lot less worth on indie games than AAA games. Are they actually worth less?
An indie game over a AAA game?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at something like The Witness.
Yeah.
And then we can compare that to, I don't know, any AAA game. I think it totally stacks up.
Yeah.
I mean, now we got to get down to the question of what defines an indie game at this point. Is it a small team? Is it something that doesn't have a massive backing of money behind them? What defines an indie game?
I almost want to like just change how I'm looking at it completely and start being like, how many bullet points would they put on the back of their box? The Witness, probably not very many good bullet points to put on there.
Solve lines. Woo.
Yeah. Whereas something like Call of Duty is like matchmaking, campaign, gun unlocking, levels, prestigious. Like, there's all these things that they put on there. And like, it's a wide variety of systems and stuff like that for player to interact with. But that doesn't necessarily make the game better or like more worth money than something like, The Witness, where, it's this very focused thing, but it's still this very great kind of long experience that, like, I don't know, I'll get just as much enjoyment out of The Witness as any AAA game.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, I feel like the term indie is tossed around too much because a lot of people would be like, indie games like Journey. Journey's not an indie game.
Yeah.
It's funded by Sony.
Example.
Exactly. Or like Cuphead. Yeah, or Brothers. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. People are like, oh, there's indie games. No, that's a small team game. So an indie game means it's an independent studio. So actually, fucking Insomniac, they literally kind of make indie games because they're an independent studio.
Yeah. Self-funded?
Yeah, most of their games are not self-funded, though. But they are an independent studio.
Yeah.
So they could make it. But you know what I mean? Like, it's weird like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we have to get down to the heart of what an indie game is. And I think it is it just a more, like you said, something that doesn't just try to hit off those bullet points, but something that goes for a more unified vision? Is that then an indie game?
Well, like, I don't know. The other part about that is like, it feels like it blocks out AAA from ever being like a unified vision for a game, which I cannot think of an example, but I know for sure there must be a AAA game that's like very focused in what it's trying to do.
Would that not be The Last of Us? Trying to tell us, it's all that game is trying to do is trying to tell a story. And it's trying to tell a story about Joel and Ellie.
And it doesn't have any multiplayer like Uncharted does, right?
It does have multiplayer.
There we go.
The multiplayer is fucking rad, but yeah.
Bullet points.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
I guess
adding
so.
bullet points.
I never even bothered with the multiplayer, so I didn't really think about it. But yeah, I'm trying to think of one now. We got
Right, I feel like it's part of the big team thing. It's like once you get so many people, it's like, well, if we're all working on the same one unified vision, then we're just going to step on each other's toes while we're doing it.
Yeah.
So let's split some people off and work on multiplayer. That's another thing we can sell the game on.
Yeah. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. We're not saying it's a bad thing. It's just It's just in trying
it's different, and I think that's kind of the difference that people see between, when they're saying indie and AAA.
Yeah.
Is it a unified vision or is it, a rounded out experience?
Yeah, because when you have a game like the Stanley's Parable, you're not gonna get the Davy's hard at work on this part, but we got to make a multiplayer component as well. Like that's probably nothing. Actually, that game is so weird, so it probably crosses his mind at some point because it's really weird. But you know what I mean? It's kind of in that vein of things. So I don't know, man. Indie games are tough to define.
Yeah,
it's a concept.
I feel like maybe some RPGs get into unified vision territory.
Well, like something like a Final Fantasy 15 or...
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. The other part of that, though, is like there's so many systems in that game. Like, would an indie team really be able to do it?
I doubt it.
Yeah. Because it's so big. Like, yeah. So, yeah, it's a really weird definition. But, yeah, I don't know. I find it funny that people devalue indie for that. And maybe it is because they can't put as many bullet points down.
But I think we're getting better on the indie front of things, because I mean, people, or it felt at least at the beginning of the launch of the PS4, people were like, indie games, I can't really get into that. Well, if you only want to play AAA games, good luck playing 4 games a year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's all you're really gonna get. You're not gonna get much. But if you actually have those indies to kind of get you through the lulls and the quiet times, it's great. Works out very well.
Yeah,
I think some of my favorite games have been indies. So, yeah,
it's true.
It's good, man.
They're fantastic.
But some suck. We have to accept that.
Yeah, that's why you don't browse Steam Greenlight.
No. Which is that finally dead yet?
No.
What?
So like they brought on Total Biscuit. And or Valve specifically brought down Total Biscuit and
oh shit, they did?
Jimquisition to talk to them about like,
that's awesome.
What can we do better?
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess they're working really hard on trying to figure out how to make the store better. And I guess they're pretty proud with how it works so far. They just want to improve such things as like curation, because like the curator program's like died.
Huh.
The Greenlight program was problematic, and apparently they figured that out like super quickly. They're like, oh, interest is dying way too quick for this to keep going.
That's really interesting, and this kind of takes me over to a different point. But so you're talking about two people, so Total Biscuit and Jim Sterling.
Yeah.
They are big fans of Steam, clearly.
Yeah.
And they've amassed large audiences around them, and they're very knowledgeable on what they're in the pulse kind of on what people want and that. And because of that, the companies themselves reached out to those individuals to grab information from them.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I mean, I heard something the other day about this guy who's so knowledgeable in this property that companies are reaching out to him to grab information. Even the people that own the actual like rights to the property are reaching out to him to grab information from this guy. Like that's
a popular thing to do. I don't know. It's like a really good way to be in touch with your fan base.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I don't know. It's really touted as one of the most important things. Like if you're trying to sell products to the people, know who you're selling to. And in the case of Valve, they should really try and figure out what people want from the Steam store because that's making them shit tons of money.
Well, I think in a lot of cases, it comes down to people thinking of like us and them.
Yeah.
But through reaching out to the actual fans themselves and grabbing people from that audience, I think you start to break down that divide. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why we're actually getting, it seems like a bit of a tangent, but we're actually getting good Star Wars movies right now because J.J. Abrams is a fucking Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like John Boyega is a fucking Star Wars fan. We're getting people that are fans of that product to be like, no, we don't want fucking midichlorians. This is not what we want. This is clearly not what's interesting about this property. Getting into the ins and outs of the trade politics that are going on here. No one gives a shit about that. Yeah. You want to see the hero's journey with fucking light swords. Cool. I'm in. That's all that people want from this.
Laser swords.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's interesting. We're seeing the rise of the fans, and this ties back to something that Neil deGrasse Tyson talks a lot about too. Now he calls the generation that I guess we're kind of part of. He usually refers to them as being born after 95, but we're close to that, being born in 92, and he calls them
millennials.
No, Jesus, he's got a name, exoplanet. He calls us exoplanet generation. Now, we are the ones that are more interested in science and trying to figure shit out. Because right now, the situation with NASA and just the overall budget for the States is pretty fucked.
Yeah.
It seems like there's no money really going towards actually trying to get these things figured out. But, I mean, people in our generation are growing up to a point where they're going to be in places of power where they'll actually be able to influence things like this. And I think we're going to see quite a stark change.
Yeah.
Unless we just become like the generation before us and we become beaten down and cynical, which could very well happen as well. I doubt it.
Who knows?
Resilient. You got nothing.
We got nothing.
You got no thing.
I don't want to be beaten down. I don't want to just care about money.
It could happen.
I want to reach for the stars.
You're going to reach for the stars?
Yeah.
Just like your mom told you?
Do you know what? I looked at my Facebook profile the other day.
Yep.
And you know how you can put like a little blurb, like below your profile picture?
Sure.
Like bio thing you can put down there.
Yeah.
I set mine like forever ago, and I completely forgot about it.
What was it?
Per audacia ad astra.
What the fuck does that mean?
It's...
That's not Latin, is it?
It is Latin. It is with... I forget the correct word to use. Audacity or something like that. Like, with braveness to the stars.
Okay.
And it was actually the tagline for a Destiny. Back when it was first, it was like one of the first little teaser things. I'm like, oh, that sounds awesome. And like, the message itself is cool too. It's like,
yeah.
Try with everything you can to reach the stars.
Okay.
It's pretty awesome.
There you go.
Yeah. It was a funny little throwback.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit, I like never go on Facebook.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Interesting, man. Interesting. I mean, I guess we could close out this episode. I've just been thinking about it. I'm not that I've been trying to pad out the episode, but I'm like, geez, this is short. But I also got a lot of climbing to do right after I get out of here, and a lot of packing to do for a big climbing trip I'm going on tomorrow.
You gotta move yourself vertically.
Move myself vertically up cliff faces. It's exciting.
I'm fine with floors. Floors are good.
I like creating new vectors to ascend. That's yep. It's wild times with physics. Whoa. Okay, guys, we'll leave you with, I think this is enough of us for a week, I think.
Yeah.
I think this is all the internet needs. So we'll catch you guys next time on NameCast. And I've always wanted to come up with a tagline for this show, but after, I don't know, we've done like 100 episodes, I got nothing. You got a tagline, Kev?
No, I think it's too late for a tagline.
I mean, it's a good time for a tagline. Just come up with a tagline. Say a thing.
Bloop.
Bloop. Keep on blooping. Is that? Yeah.
Keep on blooping.
There you go. Keep on blooping.